Good evening, everybody. It's Pete Cohen here. Welcome to this great broadcast. Look, I'm live here. I am live. About to see myself live in a second. I hope I'm good. Good evening. Thank you for joining me for this very, very special show this evening. This is a kind of one-off. This is an important week for us. A very important week. Still not coming up on here. I wonder how many of you can see me. Just let me know if you can just chat and just tell me if you can see me. Let me come out of this again. Let me see if this works. There we go. I can see myself. Great. Thank you for joining me. So this is a very special week. You know, when we started Mi365 a few years ago, we had no idea. It was really a couple of years ago we started this, and then officially it took fold a year ago, really, with the name Mi365, which stands for My, as in you, me, and you working on yourself for 365 days, which is something that most people never really do in their life, to really get coached, to really go and work on them being the best version of themselves. And we've opened the doors for 100 new people to become elite members. So just so you know, when you become an elite member, what that really means is that you have got access to some of the greatest material that I've ever put together. I've written 18 books. Some of them are on this bookshelf here, but it's much, much more than reading books. It's more about what I have deciphered and put together in a series of programs to help everyday people like you create an unbelievable life. But what has made Mi365 so incredible is the people. And this evening, I've got a few of those people on here that I'm going to bring on. It's going to be like the Brady Bunch in a minute. You're going to be hearing from some of them. Hopefully you'll be able to hear some of them. So I'd like to start off with someone who's, I'm not sure whether this is going to work, but let's give it a go. So let's try Stefan. Let's see. I know he can hear me.
Yes,
Stefan,
I can.
Can you hear me?
Yeah. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. So Stefan was actually one of the first people that ever came to Mi365. So Stefan, good evening. Tell us where you are and tell us, how did you come across Mi365?
I'm home in my garden. Been trying to get my Wi-Fi better outside, and it looks like it's working. Great.
Yeah.
I found you before Mi365. It was when you were walking down that path in your garden talking about Tales of a Life Coach. And I was in desperate need of a life coach. And first I thought, who is this crazy guy? And now, yeah, I'm in it, and it works. And
tell me, what have you achieved since you've been a part of this whole process?
Wow. I'm in control of my feelings and my thoughts. In a way I never thought possible, anyway. I'm more aware of what I say to myself, what I think. I even ask my friends and the people I meet, sorry, but do you really say this to yourself? That's just rude, mean to yourself. Why are you doing it? And people goes like, oh, I never thought of that. I'm coaching my wife, my family. They just love their new husband and father. So it's been
what sort of a place were you in before you started getting involved with the coaching?
Totally stressed out. I was so messed up. I don't know where to start. I was totally messed up.
And what was your relationship like with your children and your wife?
Me and Anna, we really didn't talk to each other. I was always very, very stressed, so I got angry with my kids when I didn't do what I asked them to do. I was the way my father was, total monster to my kids, and that's not the father or husband I want to be.
And so what about now?
Total difference. I don't know if they can make me angry anymore.
Wow. And tell us what do you think of the master classes? You know, being a Mi365 Elite member, what does that mean to you?
It comes back to myself. I have to take responsibility for myself to go through those master classes. I'm using the meditation parts on daily basis when I'm tired. I just sit down in the car, stop the car somewhere. I do not drive while I meditate, or just in the bed, in the sofa, and I take 10-15 minutes, and then I just come back with so much more energy. So it's just amazing.
Well, it's so good to have you a part of. It is so good to have you a part of what we have created. And tell me, what do you think of some of the other Mi365ers, especially the Elite members?
They are all amazing. I'm so happy and honored to be part of everybody's journey. It's wow.
Okay. So what about this lady? Let's bring this lady in. Tell me what you think of this lady.
Carmen.
Hey guys. Good evening, Mi365ers.
Good evening, Carmen. Carmen. So actually, tell us, Stefan. Tell us what you think of Carmen.
Be careful.
I love you. I love you, Carmen. You're the best.
Thank you, honey. I love you.
You share so much energy, so it's just brilliant, amazing to be in the Elite group and Mi365 together with you.
Thank you.
Let's have a word with Carmen. So, Carmen, tell us a little bit about what you have achieved since you've been a Mi365 member.
I think the most important thing that I've gotten out of Mi365 is putting my life together. I think it was all over the place. Many of the things that you teach and go through, I've already known, but didn't know how to put the pieces together, stop the dump, stop all the madness, stop listening to outside influences, and take care of Carmen. And that is what this year has done for me since I've been in Mi365, is taking all of the pieces and putting it together.
Yeah, and once again, it's been amazing just to be a part of your journey, and just to see someone who was kind of living to seeing someone now that is really striving to be the best version of yourself. And it's, you are a force to be reckoned with. So tell us a little bit about Mi365 Elite. What has that done for you?
Well, when I joined Mi365, it was great tuning in the morning and taking the notes and practicing what you preached. But I need a little bit more. I need to go a little bit deeper. I need to look at it, play with it, throw it up, let it come back to me. And the Elite helps me do that. The master classes are phenomenal. They keep me focused, and I'm learning so much. And one of the things that I've always said is practice what you preach. And I do a lot of mentoring of people at work and outside of work. And I would always coach and mentor, but I didn't feel like I was fulfilling the same things that I was telling people or showing people how to live their lives. Yeah. And your master classes do that for me.
Well, it's great that you've obviously immersed yourself in that material, and I'm really excited to see where the future goes for you. So I'm just going to take Carmen. I'm going to just talk for a second, and I'm going to bring two other people in that I would like everyone to have the opportunity to talk to. This whole Mi365 Elite thing, everyone's got until Thursday if they want to be a member. It's not a lifelong commitment like a contract. You can literally give Elite a go and see what you get out of it. But basically, it's a series of master classes that I put together on things like confidence, wellness, mindfulness. We've got one on leadership coming out. We're all leaders in our own life, and we all need help. But, the master classes, or I should say Elite, is not a prerequisite for anyone. I'm still going to be showing up every single day for you guys at 7 a.m. because, my purpose in life is to inspire as many people as I can to create the story that they want. I now realize more than ever that I'm honored to be a part of your story, and my story is something that I want to be proud of. I want my family to be proud of it, my legacy. But it's amazing to see the stories that we're creating, people who are doing something unbelievably awesome. So there's a couple more people I would like to bring in, and the first person I'm going to bring in, she doesn't even know that I'm about to bring her in, but there you go. It is the amazing, that's you, Joe Tyler. Can you hear me, Joe?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you loud and clear.
Oh, good, good, good.
So I know some of our members know a little bit about your story. So just for those people who don't know, just tell us a little bit about yourself and what has being a part of Mi365 done for you.
I would say Mi365 has changed my life. Before Mi365, I was significantly overweight, very unhappy, incredibly unhealthy, stuck in a job that I'd been in for a lot of years without the courage to move on. And since Mi365, everything has changed about my life. I feel like a new person.
Wow. You know, when you hear people, even me now, I kind of have to go, wow, are you serious? You know, is this for real? Yeah, I've observed it. And I think one of the greatest things about your success and everyone's success is it's yours. You know, you've put the work in. It's yours to own, and you should be very proud of that, which I know you are, because you're the one who's put the work in. But tell us, what has the whole Mi365 Elite done for you?
It has given me the tools that I need in order to make those changes for myself. I think some of it, again, is giving you that belief that you can change. Those tools, they give you the steps to find your way. And without them, I was pretty lost, I think. So gradually, as we go through it, it's a process, keep learning and moving forward, then the goals start to become reality. And it's an amazing process. And I think that the group and the people and the support is just phenomenal, really phenomenal.
Yeah, it is. I've never seen anything like it before. I really haven't. So you've lost, how much weight have you lost? 5.5
stone now. And I'm where I want to be. But I also, the interesting thing is I focused on health, and the outcome of being healthy has been the loss of the weight. So I've not been on a diet. I have changed the way that I live my life. And for me, there's no going back. This is me. It's a transition, a change. I'm a different person to the person I was 1.5 years ago.
And what's next for you, Joe? Because I mean, you've achieved, so much. I mean, there must be so many people and people that are watching this that think, I'd love to achieve what Joe's achieved. But what's next for you?
Next, I'm still working on me. So though I've changed my health, I'm now working on confidence, self-belief, not giving into fear of failure anymore. So all of those things, they're my continual development. I'm using the tools that we learn specifically through the Elite group in order to move forward with all those things. Testing myself every single day, but also want to help other people, because I through Mi365, I fundamentally believe that anybody can change their life if they want it enough, because the tools are there. So it is just, for me, is to help other people now do the things that I've done.
Unbelievable, totally phenomenal, and I really appreciate you speaking out so openly and honestly about what you have done. It's incredible. Let's bring someone else in. Tell me what you think of this young man I'm bringing on, because I know you've seen him a fair bit recently, Mr. Mark Pritchard. Joe, tell me what you think of Mark. I know have you met Mark before?
I don't think we've met, actually.
Yeah. No, we haven't.
No, but I think Mark is pretty awesome. I think he's a pretty amazing guy.
He is. Mark really has a story to tell, and I've had Joe. Thank you so much. I've had the opportunity to get to know Mark a little bit, because he's been very consistent in being a part of the Mi365 experience. Mark, good evening. Tell us a little bit about yourself, and tell us what being a part of Mi365 has done for you.
Yeah, good evening, everyone, and thank you, Joe. I feel the feeling's mutual. It's something I said recently in the post. It has completely transformed my life. So, 6 months ago, I was like Joe, stuck in a job that I've been threatening to leave for a long time, and I've left that, and I'm really, really pursuing my dreams. And I think for me, the impact, the initial impact of Mi365 was just this realization of what my purpose was and finding my purpose. And before Mi365, I was the kind of person that would read a lot of, so picking up one book and thinking, oh, is that the way? And then picking another book and maybe that's the way. And would possibly be looking at going to conferences and spending lots of money on conferences. And we all know how much those things cost. And suddenly, here it all was. Here it all was for what is it, $19.97 a month, and everything's there that you need. And I'm on just the most amazing journey, and I love the community. I just love the whole group. It feels and the buzz and the energy around that. I love it.
Yeah, it's quite hard, I think, in life to find like-minded people who really do want you to succeed. There always seems to be a lot of social comparison with a lot of people, and many of you have heard me say we're the sum of the 5 people that we spend most of our time with, and for a lot of us, we don't spend time around people who have got your back and say, look, I'm here for you if I can help you. How have you found the support of other people?
Oh, I can't tell you. It's just, it's like there was something, it's this mastermind alliance that you've referred to, which comes from Napoleon Hill. And a few of us were talking about it today. And, it's the sort of 2 + 2 = 5. And whether you're being on and inspiring others.
Oh, we've lost Mark. I lost you there for a second. I've got you back now, though.
You got me back, yeah. So I get inspired by people's posts and seeing their successes, and there are people in the group inspiring others, and sometimes people are having a tough time and they're off being on, and I see other people picking them up and helping them through, and it's just incredible, and I just love the whole energy around that, and the mastermind alliance. It's just a fantastic, and actually it enables me. This group helps me change my state. So I can be in a state and then come into this group, whether it's for 5 minutes, 30 seconds, 10 minutes, and come out of it thinking, wow, I'm now.
Wow, that's awesome. So you're saying that there will be times you might be struggling or not feeling great. You just literally go into the elite group, look at someone's post, and then, it changes your state, right? Yes?
Absolutely. And one of the biggest things you've talked about for me is rituals. And, I have a ritual every morning, and some of the broadcasts I watch on catch up, but I have a sort of a place for them in the day. And it does. And I can, it's like an injection of positivity in your day. It's like someone bringing a needle full of positivity and going, there you go. And it's, it really, really sets me up for the day. I love it.
Well, Mark, thank you so much. I really appreciate you being here this evening. And as most of you can see, that I've just actually put up a quote on there, not a quote, just sort of Mr. Tim Dingle's avatar. So Mr. Tim Dingle, as many of you maybe know, he posts a lot. He's kind of my mentor, and has been massively a part of helping me become a better coach, a better speaker. And we are launching the Mi365 Speaker Academy, which is sold out in June. There's another one, I think, on the 16th of July. But Mr. Tim Dingle, massive shout out to you, my friend. You're an absolute legend. Let's go on the other, a lot of people are putting their thumbs up to that. Let's go to the other side of the world, I think. Let's bring in one of the most amazing people I've ever met. Yeah, let's raise the roof. Let's bring her in. Marty, can you hear me?
Aloha, I can hear you.
Absolutely. Can I hear birds in the background?
Oh, baby, they're so loud, nobody can sleep around here.
So, tell us where you are in the world, Marty, and tell us how you came across Mi365 and what it's done for you.
For me, they always talk about the degrees of separation. It's fascinating. I am on a little tiny dot in the middle of the ocean. I live on the island of Kauai in Hawaii. And two of my other friends had found you through different routes. And all of us then realized that you were the same Pete. I also dabbled with you when you were the Tales of a Life Coach and didn't really pay attention or connect enough. And then one day it just clicked. And so we've been on this journey for, I don't know, a year and a half now, maybe.
And what have you achieved, Marty?
Wow. I think for me, as a result of being here and participating, and even, you wouldn't think that the smallest connection of 10 or 15 minutes a day would matter, but it really does. My awareness level has completely skyrocketed. For me, someone said to me one time that I needed to learn how to soften the edges or round the corners. And it never occurred to me. And what I've been able to do here is learn how to be aware that, maybe this is one of those things where I need to soften that edge or come, Pete accused me of being American one time, which I personally take as a compliment. But it made me aware of, okay. So sometimes I'll think, God, am I being American again? My awareness level has just gone to a different level.
Yeah. Well, Marty, like you, like me, like all the people here, everyone that's watching you, this one thing you don't know about all of the people that you've heard from is everyone has a story to tell. Everyone has, but Marty's story is it's incredible, what she's been through, what Carmen has been through, what Mark Pitcher has been through. You have no idea what Stefan has been through, what Joe has been through. We've all been through, very, very challenging times in our life. But when we get to see the best of each other is when things are difficult. But you know what? We don't have to wait for things to be difficult in order for us to do great things with our life. And that's one of the things that Mr. Tim Dingle goes on about all the time. We have no idea about how amazing we are. So how I'd like to kind of wrap this up is, Marty, just tell us a few words as to why you think people who are maybe sitting on the fence with becoming an elite member should get off the fence and give it a go.
Well, I mean, I love what you just said. And really, I think that a lot of times we don't think that we're worth it, or maybe that there isn't an opportunity or the venue for us to be different or change. And this has been the single most driving shift that I've had in my life. And I have a whole lot before I got here with regard to change and awareness, but something happens here that can't be explained. And so if you're on the fence, there's really no reason to not jump over the other side. And here's the thing, if it doesn't work for you, you have the option to leave at any time. But I challenge you to think about this. What if it does work? What if it works? And what if everything you've been looking for happens for you here? And aren't you worth that?
Well, I don't think I could have put that any better myself. Let's just hear from a couple more people. Stefan, what would you say to anyone about becoming an elite member?
I think it was like Carmen just said, that we need to make a choice to see what we want to get out of it. For me, it was a no-brainer. I needed more. I wanted to go into the depth with myself and see what I can make out of myself, what future I can create and develop.
I appreciate that. I appreciate your words. Let's just hear from a couple more people. Just finally, as we bring this to an end, Mark, just tell us, why you think people should give Mi365 Elite a go.
I just think it's the best opportunity you're going to get to transform your life if that's what you want. And I echo what Stefan said. I mean, for me, it was a no-brainer. And I think one thing I did was just look. I did an audit of where I was spending things I was spending money on, and I realized there was things I was spending money on that I didn't need. So I just thought, well, what am I going to sacrifice? So in my case, I was spending a lot of money on a particular sort of health product that I didn't really need, and I thought, you know what, that's I can discard that and spend it on something, invest it in me in a different way, and I can't tell you, I don't miss the health product, and it's just been incredible, yeah. Yeah, and why would you not invest in yourself? You know, why would you, when you really think about it, you know, we expect all our sporting heroes, we expect them to have coaches and to get coaching and training. So why not us?
Love it. And Carmen, what about yourself? Thank you, Mark. You put that really well. Carmen, what would you say to anyone out there that's kind of just sitting on the fence with joining Elite?
I got a private message this morning from someone asking me if they would benefit from being in Elite. And I didn't answer them. I'm hoping they're on the webinar tonight. Jump in. Don't think about it. If you can do it, do it.
Yeah.
She was worried about time and the commitment. Start 15 minutes a day and build. You will never, ever regret it. Ever. Best thing I've ever done.
Wow. Wow. That's pretty incredible. Let's finally just bring on Joe as well. Let's just hear what Joe has to say, and then we'll end this. Joe, what would you say to anybody that's kind of sitting on the fence with this?
I would say, if I can do it, anyone can do it. Anyone can change their life. I never thought I could change mine back in the beginning, and I have. And Elite is amazing. It's amazing because the people are phenomenal. They're so supportive. It doesn't matter what you're trying to change or how you want your life to be. There are people there that will support you. And there are people there that lead the way and show examples of how you can change your life. And they're really, really inspiring. The masterclasses are awesome, and you can go back over them time and time again. Meditations are fantastic, reinforcing the messages. It's an opportunity to work hard on yourself and move forward and change your life. It's phenomenal.
Well, I don't know what to say apart from I'm deeply touched by what everyone has said, and thank you for your time this evening, guys. You know, for me, one of my goals that I've really identified over the last, since I've had coaching for years. You know, I had a coach that helped me for 16 years of my life. So please understand, when I'm coaching you, I'm not just sharing with you the wisdom that I have and the reading and getting up at 4 o'clock in the morning and learning and just getting ready and thinking, right, let's fire these people up, let's help them, let's support them. But I had a coach who coached me like in ways, if you think how I coach you is pretty phenomenal, what this guy did was on another level in terms of what he shared with me. So everything he shared with me, a lot of that I'm sharing with you. I've now been getting coached by Tim Dingle, as many of you know, as a phenomenal human being. And again, I share a lot of that wisdom with you to inspire you. But one of the things that I want to share with you is, having worked in the field of personal development, written loads of books, read loads of books, personal development, often people think, oh, that person changed my life, you know, or this thing changed my life. No. I did not change any of these people's lives. They did it. They did it. They're doing it, and they will continue to do it. I don't want them to give their what they should be giving to themselves. I'm just glad to be a part of their journey. And a lot of these people have become, you know, friends. It's like we're a big family. And I know that sounds like some sort of cult, but as many of you know, the word cult comes from culture, and this is a culture where you will find all of these people just have each other's back. Now, of course, this isn't for everybody, because nothing is for everybody, but this is real. And one of the things I spoke about this morning on our Elite broadcast, because every Monday morning at 6:30, we do an Elite broadcast. We have a Facebook just for our Elite members, and we have these masterclasses. and some other stuff that is available to our elite members. Now, why I'm telling you this is what I said this morning on this broadcast. I said, imagine if the investment of £19.97 a month, it wasn't £19.97. You were paying £1,000 or you were paying £1 million to join and be a part of this for a year. How differently would you treat this? You know, if you ever bought a really expensive car, chances are you would treat it very differently if you just bought a car which didn't cost very much. All I encourage you to do is to take this opportunity and really run with it. Whether you become an elite member or whether you just continue to watch the live broadcast, it's really up to you. And this is something that I've said recently, and I didn't realize what was going to happen when we started this. I didn't realize, but I'll tell you. I didn't realize the culture that was being created, because you could buy me. If you wanted me to work with you one-to-one and you could afford it, you know, we could make that happen. If you wanted me to go and speak to a group of people somewhere in the world and you paid me, I would come and do that. A lot of the work I do, I don't get paid. Some of the work, you know, I like to do some things for nothing. But what I'm trying to say is you could not buy this culture. And this is a culture that if you want to improve and you want to get better, you'll never find a better culture anywhere in the world. Thank you so much for joining us this evening. I really appreciate it. You've got until this Thursday evening to become elite, and then we close the doors and they won't be open again for I don't know for how long. But I will continue to show up, continue to do the broadcast. Thank you to all of our guests. Thank you to Carmen. Thank you to Mark. Thank you to Stefan. Thank you to Joe. Thank you to Marty. And thank you to all of you who are a part of this amazing experience. We'll see you tomorrow morning at 7 o'clock. It's almost bedtime for me. Yeah, it is bedtime. It's 8 o'clock because I'm getting up at 4 because I've got some work to do. Because tomorrow we're looking at emotional traits, emotional styles. We're going to help you get stylish with the emotions that you want to be prevalent in your own life. Thank you so much. A big shout out to all the Mi365 team, Charlie, Ben Davis, my wife Hannah, Nicola, Kate Caruth, a whole group of people behind the scenes. We're all working to really take this to a whole new level to impact 100 million people's lives. Thank you so much, guys. We'll see you tomorrow. Hannah's just walked in. Much love. We'll see you soon. The broadcast hasn't ended yet.